on the PowerSchool page, but specifically the seating charts. And I am not an expert on this, so if you have figured out anything else that's new and fun, please share that. So the first new icon that we have here is this chart, and that takes you to another place you can take attendance, or where you can just view your whole class's attendance at one time for the whole week, which will make calling home easier. But Mr. Carver is going to show you some more about that. But if you go out to this, where you have a chart and a seat, which is our symbol for a seating chart, you can go ahead and click on that. And it's a place where you can make seating charts for your students. And the first thing it's going to ask you if you would like to pre-populate your class. And if you click OK, it's just going to lay your students out alphabetically straight across. And while I'm in this tab that says seating chart, I can't move students around. I can't really do anything. But if I go up to this tab that says seating chart design, then I can click there, and now I can move students around if I want to. Okay? And now that I have all these students there, and I maybe decided that's not how I want to do it. I'd like to clear all of these students, and now it's going to put them all over in this section here, so that I can lay them out as I see fit. But maybe this isn't the design I want, so I'm going to just click and highlight each of these boxes, and I haven't figured out a way to select all in here yet. So I'm just going to select them all, and then I'm going to click remove. And now I can lay out the room however I want. So the first option I have, I could just keep clicking chair, and each time I click chair, it's going to give me a new chair. And I could put these around any place I like, and then set up my seating chart like that. So that's one option. The other options are to either set up rows, and you can designate how many rows. So maybe I have 7 rows of 4, and I can add those in there. And then maybe if I want to move those over, I can just click and drag those over. And while they're all highlighted like this, I can still delete them if that's not what I want. Maybe I want tables, so I can lay them out horizontally, or I can decide to have them vertically. I can have a couple. So I can lay these out, and then if I want, I can drag those around, but they're going to stay as a group while they're all highlighted. Once it's not highlighted, then I can go through and individually move the chairs if I'd like to. So what I want to just get rid of these back to tables. So I'm just going to delete those. And this is basically how my room is set up, but I have a few other chairs that I'd like to add in there just to meet with the design of my room. So that pretty much looks like my room, except I want to put in my teacher's desk, so I can put this here, drag that to the back. My board will be up here, and the door to my room is back this way. And if I have some sort of comment I want to write, I can get a text box, and I can move that text box. Oops. I can move the text box around too, and I can put that wherever I want. But I don't really need it, so I have it highlighted, so I'm going to click remove. And I'm going to come over here and make this smaller so I can see everything at one time. So now I have desks for my students. And now if I wanted to, since it's the beginning of the year and I don't really know anyone, I could just click populate. And it's just going to fill in the desks for me. So it'll do it alphabetically. I can have them do it alternating male and female, or I can just do it random. I'm going to just click random. And I'm going to add those. And it shows me I had 2 extra students that didn't have a seat. So I'll have to make sure that I find somewhere for Chloe and Cy. And so now I have my seating chart essentially done. And now I can save that. And I can go out and look at another class. So if I want to do 7th hour, again, This time I haven't looked at this class yet, so it's going to say, do you want to pre-populate this? And this time I'm going to push cancel. It's going to say no. So now when I do that, I have all my students on the side and I have a completely blank canvas. So I can do set up whatever layout I want. And so now I can decide maybe these guys are going to be in pods. And I'm just going to lay this out real basic. And so now I'm going to put Rachel here, and I can just drag the students in that I want sitting together, so that I don't have to do the populate the students if I don't want to. And then once I get all of that laid out the way I want it to, so let's say it's done, and I can scroll up to print, and it will print the seating chart for me with the pictures and the names of my students. Now, right now, I have all of this laid out, but I'm not going to save this, so I'm not going to go up here. I'm just going to click out of this, and when I click Leave Page, when I go back to my 7th hour, it should not be saved that way. And it's going to ask me again if I want to populate the class. And I'm just going to back out of that. And that's how you use your seating charts. And if you have questions, you should ask Mr. Carver about it. Thanks.